Hey up my ducks, and welcome back to Sharpie's Koi. Right, this week's video, I've gone and brought my skimmer, so I'll spin you around. So I've gone for the Awazi 25. Seen a few videos on YouTube of this. Some of you guys out there, I've got one installed in your pond. So I think this will do the job for mine. Keep that surface area of the pond clear. And there's a lot of foam built on there, isn't there? So yeah, so this week's video, we've got this installed. So just opening up the box, see what's inside. Obviously you get the tray. Filter foam in there. The unit itself. And I believe that the wire, let me put that side. I believe the wire is quite long from what I've seen on everyone's videos. So it looks like you get plenty of wire to wire that in, so we'll get that done. What else do you get? These bits that go onto the ends there, so we should have two of them. There's the other one. So I presume it just clips into place. Spare filter foam, it's good. Always like spares. Plenty of bubble wrap. Instructions. Oh, and whatever that is. I think that's to do with the air, I presume. We'll have a look at that. Pop that there so I don't lose it. Right, so let's have a look. What we can do with this. I'm thinking as well, space-wise, position-wise, I'm going to put it into this corner. So obviously you've got your Nexus return, which pushes the water around the back here as well. To be fair, when the leaves from the plants or whatever lands on the surface of the pond, it all gets pushed into this corner anyway, so this corner is going to be the perfect place for it. I was thinking about putting it over there under the plants, so it's hidden, it's out the way, you're not going to see it. I've got the plant shelf there, but when I keep coming to obviously to empty the basket, I'm not going to get round there and do it, am I? So I think the perfect place is here, and maybe sometime trying to tie it up somewhere so obviously it doesn't float around the pond. And then the cable can then come up here, up this pergola post and round, either wire it into the garage or the filter shed where the Nexus is, and all my electrics anyway. Fish, I'm doing great. Greedy pigs at the minute. It's been obviously so hot these last couple of weeks, which has been good. Season's finally here. We're a week away from the show at Coventry. Hopefully I'll see you there. I think I'm going Sunday, by the way. But yeah, no, the fish have been doing fine. The only thing I'm also going to be doing this weekend is my Shiro Becco. She's just over there coming down. She's got a little mark on her flank. So it's only just a bit of a red patch. So I'm going to get her out. We'll get that have a looked at. And make sure that's nothing serious. So what we'll do first, let's get the skimmer set up. Okay, so when you built your pond, if like me, you didn't put a skimmer in it, of course my pond was never intended to be a koi pond anyway. So my upgrades of this pond into a koi pond is continuing. I didn't put a wall skimmer in when I built the pond, so I've been after a surface skimmer. I've needed one for a while, and now I've finally got one. So this is why I've gone down the Awazi 25, and just get the spec of it. So if anyone's looking to get a surface skimmer, so this comes with a 10-meter cable, because to be fair, it's more designed to be floating of course around the pond, but I don't want it to be doing that. I might do it to start off with just to clear some of the surface up, and I do want it anchored into the corner of my pond. So I think that's one of the reasons it comes with a 10-meter cable, so it can just float around your pond. It comes with an air distributor on there, so it can pump some oxygen into your pond as well, and it also has a direction air indicator that just sits onto the bottom, which jets the water. It pumps 2,500 litres per hour, that's not bad at all. You do get a spare filter foam in there, and it weighs 2.5 kilograms. Right then my ducks, before I go into all that, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel. I've just gone now over the 1,000 subscriber mark, so one of my goals I needed to have got is that 1,000, and I managed to get over it this week. So thank you, of course, for subscribing and watching my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. I also want to thank Andy from Derby Koi and Bisley as well, because they put a massive shout out for me, which helped. They brought a few people over from their channels over to mine, and also Jamie from Keeping It Koi, because he did a shout out for me as well. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much. Right, so in terms of getting this set up, it's pretty easy to be honest with you. So you get the full unit with the filter foam inside. So obviously the basket is going to sit in there like that. So it collects all your crap. Take your basket out, empty it, and the foam, obviously you can just wash it down. The unit itself, one of these is already fixed on. These are what's obviously going to make it float. The other two you do clip into place, so I've done that first. When it's in the pond, obviously this is your flap, but everything just sort of drifts over to get into your skimmer. Now that little black thing that I showed you earlier, that just goes at the bottom. That's basically what directs the air. So obviously then you just turn it which way ever you need it to, and that's going to just pump the air out. And then that is it. That is all you do to set it up. Really easy. So all we need to go and do is get this wired up. I don't have to attach it to anything yet. I can just wire it up so we can switch it on and then get it working, and fingers crossed. Now also, what I've seen happen on people's videos, it doesn't seem to stay up. It seems to keep coming out of the water, so fingers crossed we're not going to have that problem, but I doubt that's going to happen because nothing is ever easy. I'll just shove that in there out of the way because that's just spare. Right, at the minute, where it should be, I've got it all wired in, not attached to anything yet, it's just going around the pond and across the pond, but it's going through into the filter shed. So, the moment of truth, let's get it switched off. Still switched on, still got the electric box on, and it's that one. Let's see what it does. When it's bubbling, you tripped over your cat. Ooh! Well, it's staying underwater, on the surface of the water, shall we say. Just drawing everything in. Maybe this is doing it's gonna be alright. We'll get it more into the corner though as well. Obviously I think we need to turn the air diffuser around, I think it's coming that way. Obviously, do we need it that way? Or does it matter? Don't really know. Leaf. Go on, go on. Drawing in. Do a turning, I think, can't it? I think that bit is where everything goes in, needs to be facing sort of that way. But then the wire is the wrong way around, which doesn't help. Right, why aren't you being drawn in? It needs spinning round, doesn't it? Let's play about with it. Right, so what I've done, although it's just turned round again, I didn't realise this top bit you can take off, so I've took that off, span it round, so fingers crossed it will sit in that position, and turn the air diffuser thing, whatever it is, pointing that way now, so the bubble's not coming into this corner. So let's give it a switch on again. Right. It's a case of anchoring it, because it just wants to spin round all the time. By doing so, it keeps them popping out of the water. So I think we've got to anchor it so it stays in that position. That's how we want it. I don't want it to be spinning round. If I let go, it automatically just spins round no matter what position I put that top on. So you let go, look, there you go. Off for its spin. if I turn that, it pulls this wire. Right, I think I sussed it, because that little black thing that sits at the bottom, I think the position of that, it determines what position that little black thing is that shoots the air out. I mean, it's still trying to turn, so I still need to anchor it anyway. I don't want it going anywhere sort of around the pond. I want it to stay in this corner. So I've turned it, so I think it's shooting the jets that way, which is keeping that from spinning into where the inlet is that side. So, although it's now trying to do it again. But I think once I anchor this back bit, which I'm probably going to tie to this post or to that, or I don't know, the turtle, think of something, maybe that should solve it. So we're going to leave this on for a few hours and just see what it does to the surface of the pond. So what I've let it do for now, I'm just going to do what it's actually designed for, where I'm just going to leave it just floating around the surface of the pond, just to hoover up all the crap off the top. I'm going to leave it like that for a bit before I start pinning the cable back and then we anchor it into this corner. As you can see, a lot of the foam that was on the water is building up in there, so every now and again I have to keep coming into that basket, building up the froth. So one of the reasons, obviously, it comes with this 10-metre cable. I think it's designed just to float around your pond and just hoover everything up that's on the surface. So I'll let it do that for a bit before then we anchor it. Of course, I don't want this running 24 hours a day, so even though I've got it plugged into my switch box, once I've got my other plug socket, although I've got a plug socket in there, so I could do that actually, just put it on a timer, so a few hours during the day and then maybe during the night, just put it on a timer. I'm a bit worried. I mean, it hasn't done it to me though, where it pops out of the surface of the water and dries out, but I've seen on some YouTube videos where it's done that. I think Andy from Koi Pond Lifestyle, it was doing it too, but mine hasn't done it. But I don't want to be not here when if it does that. But also, when it is floating around your pond, it just keeps spinning around back to where the inlet is against the wall. Obviously, we don't want that to happen. Nothing's going to be going in. So yeah, let it do that for a bit. Let it suck up everything that's on the surface, all the dust, all the pollen, foam, any leaves from the plants. And then we can sort of think about getting it anchored down. Look at this. Feeding prawns to my fish. Look at this. I have to give one to the fish and one to the cat. He loves them. One to the fish. They're a little bit spooked about the skimmer because I'm letting it roam around the pond still. They're a bit spooked by it. Not used to it yet. Can I get it? Good girl. Yeah, they're a bit freaked out by that roaming around the pond. Look at it building up with the froth. Thing is, if I turn the backy off, I don't get no froth. I have the backy on and I get all this foam on the top. Crackers only work short term. So why is the backy causing all the foam? Well, at least that's collecting it, I suppose. Hey, don't you knock it over. Yeah. Yeah. They're for the fishes, not you. So what, they must give off an incredible smell, because as soon as they opened them up, as soon as I got them out of the fridge, sorry, and opened the lid, the cat could smell them and he came running from the garden, chasing me indoors. You can wait. You can wait, mister. Hey, you can wait. Big Mama gets one first. We'll take it in turns. Well, they're not coming up at the minute. Who's gonna get it? Of course she is. Right. Now you can have one. Now one for the fish. Right, so what I've done now, I've not attached all the cable to the Pergola yet. I've just left it from me in case I need to just move it about and play about with it. But I've tied it into this corner for now to stop it roaming. I've just put in a very small amount of mealworm, and I put the mealworm over there, and just to see how long it took before the fish could eat it, because the fish go mad for mealworm, how long before the skimmer took it. And to be fair, the fish couldn't eat it quick enough before the skimmer was sucking it in. So I definitely can't have it on during feeding times, or I'll make myself a feeding ring. I've seen a few of you out there do it with like an inner tube or out of piping, so I'll see what I'm going to do with that. I'm not sure if I want this on all the time anyway, so there you go. There's quite a bit of mealworm in there, look. It's sucked up, so I only put a small amount in. So it's definitely sucking stuff in, which is good. So I think I'm just going to keep it in that corner rather than let it roam. And what I'll probably do, I'll come back tomorrow and we'll attach the cable. So I think that the cable can run up this post, across the back, and then I'm either going to plug it into the garage so I can have it on a timer, because I've got spare plugs in there, or I'll run it across and we'll keep it in the switch box that's in the filter shed. I quite like the idea of having it on a timer, but the only problem is when it goes off, I think it comes out of the water. So maybe that won't be a good idea to do that after all. Obviously I want to keep it submersed. I don't want it to come on and then it's not even under the water. So I might just have to play about with that. There's a couple of more pieces, look, chuck them back in. I thought they would have ate it beforehand. But at least now I can just switch it off when the time comes for feeding. It's only got to be off for like half an hour to an hour. And maybe we'll keep it running during the night and then during the day between the feeds. So I don't think it's going to pop out while I'm not here, as in come out the surface of the water. It hasn't done while I've had it on all day. While I'm doing everything else, I thought I'd just do a quick water test. Ammonia, spot on, 0. Nitrites, I'd probably say it's halfway between, maybe 0.5, yeah, about halfway between 0 and 0.5 I think. It's lighter than that. Slight little bit of pink in there, so maybe about 0.5, if that. That's pretty good. Right guys, I'm a sweaty mess. It's pretty baking hot, muggy as hell. So yeah, cheers my ducks for watching that video. Give it a thumbs up obviously if you like it. Of course, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thanks again to everyone that's subscribed and got me over the 1,000 subscriber mark. I will do a giveaway at some point. I'm going to make sure I stay above the 1,000 subscribers for a bit first. You know what it's like, you can lose a few, so if I go down, so I'll wait till I'm well above, and then I'll start thinking about doing a giveaway. I already know one of the prizes. I'm going to do a limited edition sharpest coin mug. It's going to be black, it's just a completely limited edition. It'll be one and only, just for the 1,000 subscriber. But I'll also put another couple of prizes in there as well. So I will do that at a future date, honestly. So hopefully I should see you all next week as well at the Koi Show. And cheers my ducks, bye.